Out of absolutely nowhere, Fortnite announced a brand new core mode this week, Reload. And I mean it came out of nowhere. Epic suddenly dropped the announcement without any prior warning, followed by an in real life advertisement featuring Kai Cenat and Sketch? And music by Sabrina Carpenter? Okay, well, I'm not complaining. I think this came as a shock to pretty much everybody, and some people are convinced this mode was made in 2 weeks because they think Wrecked sucks. They are wrong. In fact, Reload has been in the works since December of 2023, immediately after Season OG ended. So what is Reload? Reload is a brand new squads-only mode where you drop onto a smaller island, like Battle Royale but with just 40 players, 10 squads, and fights to be the last team standing. The main twist is that when you're taken out, there's no reboot van. You simply wait until the timer expires and respawn into the world, provided at least one teammate is still alive. So if one squad member remains, it becomes a game of survival to get their friends back. Or, if there are a few of you and you're feeling confident, you can rack up a couple of kills to bring down that timer faster. And yeah, it's fun. Down is not necessarily out, but there is still risk associated with fighting, which leads to much more interesting and action-packed battles. The timer is only set to half a minute, so if you've cleared some of the squad, you gotta deal with the others fast, or the deceased will start rising. It's all so intense and stressful and fun. I also appreciate Epic's efforts to balance the whole respawning thing. If you get downed, you can choose to die early and start the respawn timer quicker. It gives you a real toss up. Will I stick it out and hope my squad mates can get the revive in, but risk having to wait longer to rejoin the fight? Or will I just start the countdown here and lose that chance of being revived early? I enjoy the decisions you have to make here. It's a lot more interesting than just being taken to a van and being reanimated. Respawning also gets turned off towards the very end of the game, preventing situations where a whole squad comes back from the dead right as you're about to secure the win, and it makes getting that final revive down even more crucial in your final battles. That's the basic gist of the game mode. It seems to be greatly inspired by Warzone's Resurgence mode. The difference is, this one is good because it doesn't require you to play Warzone. But a lot of the appeal also comes from the map. Epic noted how well Season OG performed in November 2023, but they had a problem. They couldn't just bring back the Chapter 1 gameplay as a permanent playlist. That would take up a lot of resources, split the player base too much, and they would lose that marketing card for future use. So this is their solution, a slightly more niche mode set on a brand new island, but using that iconic style and some fan fave locations. Such locations are Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park, and Retail Row. These are very safe choices, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I don't enjoy seeing them again. All three are very strong POIs, both in Battle Royale and in Reload, and with the extra chest spawns that have been added, they're better than ever. There's also half of Snobby Shores. Bit of a weird choice, but hey, you gotta compact stuff down for this map somehow, and I respect the more obscure POI choice. Dusty Docks is the mashup of Dusty Depot and the container shipyard landmark. When combined in this way, it actually feels a lot like Chapter 2's Dirty Docks, and it's clear why this isn't their first time combining these locations, because it really does work well. It basically feels like if they decided to make the shipping containers into a fully fledged POI, and well, now I wish they did. Lone Lodge is a mashup of Lonely Lodge and Wailing Woods. It's basically like Wailing Woods pre-bunker if Wailing Woods pre-bunker was actually good. And I think it's my favourite of these weird, kind of original POIs. Besides those big ones, there are a few locations which bring back some of the more niche POIs in ways I really enjoy, such as Sandy Sheets. This is a seafront fixed up version of the old motel, and man, it's beautiful to see this place looking so clean. When I tell you this was one of my top drop spots back in 2018, Lazy Laps has no relation to any previously lazy themed location. Rather, it's again a cleaned up version of an unnamed POI. This time, the soccer field west of Tilted. Well, specifically the pool building. The actual soccer field is absent. Still, it's a neat addition, albeit incredibly random. It's nice to see the pool actually have water for once. Speaking of water, Little Loot Lake is, well, a Little Loot Lake. I actually think the lake looks nicer in the mountainous region, but it is super cursed to see it with actual water. Oh, yeah, good time to mention, this mode does have modern features like open water, and personally, I don't mind. It's a quality of life change that doesn't feel out of place with this older art style, and just serves to make the mode more fast-paced and more fun. I do think Loot Lake's shape is a bit weird, though. It would have been nice to see the original shape. Well, that's all the named POIs. There are also a lot of other returning locations and Easter eggs, fan service, or just good looting spots, so let's quickly roll through them. There's the Metal Llama, Truckosaurus, the Haunted House from By Pleasant, the Orange Steel Bridge, the Hut Watchtower, the Covered Bridge from Anarchy Acres, the Tree of Life, or Willow, Salty Mountain, Tacos, and who can forget the random cabins and shacks of shame from across the map. Even Spawn Island is a miniaturized version of Chapter 1's spawn area. There are also Moais and so much more. Yeah, like I said, a lot. It's not just nostalgia either, it's just a really well designed map. They've even added extra beaches and rivers to accommodate the new water features. Now the loot pool is where things get very interesting. This thing is absolutely rammed with variety, so you can feasibly have a different loadout every game, should you choose to. It fixes an issue I've had with Battle Royale for some time actually, that they wouldn't open up the sandbox a lot and let us experiment with different weapon combos. Thankfully, Reload is not like that. It pulls from the first 3 chapters with a wide variety of guns, from the basics you'd expect in any mode like this to some real deep cuts like the Hammer Assault Rifle, and the blue variant of the hand cannon previously exclusive to the Spy Games LTM in Chapter 2 and Creative Mode. There are also mythics and exotics that can just come out of chests at a really low spawn rate. I'm not sure how I feel about that, I'm sorry. Mythics are good fun, but the selection here is truly questionable, and the concept of these guns as a whole laughs in the face of game balancing. It just feels cheap. I'll admit, seeing some of my favorite guns being paired with some of my least favorite guns made me conflicted on this one at first. I feared that being forced to use the guns that I just don't enjoy may hurt the mode in my eyes, but like I said, there's good variety, so you don't necessarily have to run these guns. I didn't mind in practice, and I actually found myself enjoying some of these guns I wouldn't consider using beforehand, except the Ranger shotgun. It can go away forever. My main critique is that there really aren't many utility items. There's the Grappler, the Shockwave Grenade, the Crashpad Junior, and that's it. The Zero Build version has the Porta Bunker, I guess, but still, it would be lovely to see more variety in future updates. I'm personally hoping for some Clingers and Shield Bubbles, maybe a Porta Fort, but that's something I'm very interested to see, what changes they make to the loot pool in future updates. Will they add weapons from Chapter 4 and beyond? Will they swap out lots of items each week, or just 1 or 2? Will they change it at all? We'll just have to see. Oh, and as if all that wasn't enough, you'd best believe there are some awesome cosmetic rewards to earn. This wrap and back bling are cute, but the ones I'm excited about are the sick Space Invaders-esque contrail and the ultimate prize, the Resbrella. Both tie into this whole mode's theme and branding perfectly. Those little pixel blue cubes that appear when you're eliminated or rebooted, and it's awesome. And yeah, I unlocked all the rewards day 1, just saying. I'm very, very excited to see where this new mode goes. It seems to be their newest BR-based game mode like Team Rumble or Imposters. Like I mentioned, it even has a Zero Build version, so it's truly accessible to all. I actually did try the Zero Build mode. I didn't enjoy it that much, but maybe that's just me, I don't know. I'm not a Zero Build guy. There's a lot of potential for updates here. You can swap out a weapon or 2 every 2 weeks, and then every couple months change out a POI or make some other map changes. Perhaps one day the Retail Row Quadrant gets turned into the desert area with Paradise Palms. Who knows? There is a lot of potential to tap into here, and only time will tell what Epic does with that potential. Fortnite Reload is good. It's great in fact, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Admittedly, I've always been more of a solos guy, but I already know that I'll be making some of my fondest memories of this game with my friends in this mode. Wait a minute. Fortnite, where's my OG rocket ram? We will not be playing!